Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Michael.
And this is Iris.
And we are Twin Flames in Union. Today we wanted to share a special story. Special in the sense that it's probably one of the most difficult things we had to experience in our union so far, and hopefully ever. But yeah, we wanted to give you an example of what can happen when you're with your twin flame. And it's not always sunshine and lollipops, and that's okay because lessons have to happen. So we wanted to share with you when we were about a year and a half into our relationship, something like this. Yeah, we were living between two countries. I'm in Canada, or I was in Canada. Iris is in Mexico, and we had an issue. We have an Alaskan Malamute. She's about 130 pounds, and she was too big to fly on an airplane. And we realized we needed to get her to Mexico for the winter because I was going to go and stay with Iris. And we discovered that there was only one way to move her, and that was by car. So we had this realization after about a couple months of like calling around, trying to make plans, trying to figure out what the right solution would be.
Yeah, we try everything actually. We call everywhere trying to move her.
Yeah, anyways, long story short, we discovered it was going to be far too expensive to do it unless we did it ourselves. So beyond that, there's a lot of other factors that were just kind of silly. So we did this trip, or I did this trip actually. I drove Iris to the airport and she flew back to Mexico, and I was going to make the drive because she had one of her cats with her. We had two cats and obviously a dog. So I was driving a dog and a cat, and anyways, so she flew back and I started making my journey. It was a good journey. I got across the borders, no problem. Fortunately, I had all the paperwork, everything was in place. And then, I think about 4 days in, I was getting kind of sick just from being on the road. And my one cat, he wasn't really cool with it. So he was meowing a lot and he wasn't letting me sleep. And it was just kind of like driving me a little crazy. But eventually, I get into northern Mexico, and Iris flew up from central Mexico. She was going to make the remainder of the trip with me, and that's where things really started to get interesting.
Yeah, we started when he arrived. We were like, hey, finally together after all these days with all these bunch of things, because at the end is tired for everybody, right? Like driving for 4 days and all these things. So anyways, when we finally were together, our car, it break down. And in the middle of nowhere. Yeah. And I was like, it was my country, but I didn't know where we were, and it was pretty far from where we live, actually. Yeah. And at the end was like, we noticed that we stopped in this nowhere place where it was kind of a ghetto, and our resources were minimum in the way that I didn't know anybody. We didn't know what to do. We were all in one day before Christmas.
No, we were
2 days before. No, the weekend.
It was the beginning of this. It was the middle of December actually, and when we broke down, and we ended up getting stranded for 3 weeks. Actually, we had 3 weeks in what felt like purgatory, and the mechanics there were jerking us around. They weren't being fair.
Airbnbs, trying to find Airbnbs where they were pet friendly. I was sick in some way. He was passing the sickness too. Nothing felt good. Nothing. And we knew that these had a purpose, right? So we were like, our finances too, like we were investing, and in that moment we weren't working because we were trying to get home.
Yeah.
And basically it was all these things like home, movement, and our mental stability, right? So at the end, we found beautiful people. We did a bunch of inner work because everything felt pretty good. Everything felt pretty bad.
All you can do in that moment is realize that there is a purpose to it. There's a purpose. It's trying to show you and teach you something. And what it's trying to show you is that this is attunement. This is what attunement looks like. This is how, these are things that come up so they can be seen and healed and released, right? And it's hard sometimes to not take it personally. It's sometimes hard to not see this as like, why God, why, right? But like, if you can get over that and just like pass through it as calmly and gently as you can with yourself, know that once it passes, the storm clouds go away and sun will come out. And
because when you are with your twin flame, you're claiming your best life. So everything that is not aligned with that is going to start trying to be seen, to be healed, and to let go of your life, you know? So first of all is like, what's the lesson here? That we are not alone. We are doing this together, and the universe and all these beautiful energy wants us together. And that we as a team, we are going to work together.
And I think having faith, knowing that you're going to get through it. Like you can't abandon yourself in a moment like this. You have to say, hey, like this sucks, but there's a purpose and it's going to be okay. No matter how bad it looks. That's just life, right? So take it in and get the essence of whatever this lesson is, so you can move forward with that knowledge and that awareness, because it's making you stronger. It's giving you deeper sense of self. And another thing too I realized is that like your union may at times require a tremendous amount of energy, like more than maybe you feel like you're capable of giving. For me, I didn't think I would ever have to make a trip like that. That was just kind of insane. Even though I did it strategically and as good as I could do it from a place of, being in mind that this isn't going to be easy. It's knowing that sacrifices sometimes have to be made, but it's not actually a sacrifice if you see it as just you giving a higher amount of yourself to your union, to your relationship, because you will receive that back tenfold. It always works like this. Your
inner work is going to lead you always, and if you see each lesson like a lesson, like is something else, everything is gonna feel much lighter, because sometimes we know everything feels terrible, but if you see like, okay, we're going to do it, everything is gonna feel with a purpose. Yes, and your union, it's worth it of that.
Absolutely.
And with your twin flame is always worth it. So
it's always worth it, guys. That's it. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and take the quiz below, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.